Alright, so once again, Dan the Glassman. It's part 3 of the Hugelkultur Garden. And what I've decided to do is to get my my rake here because shoveling with a small shovel just not helping or working, and I ended up pulling my back out a little bit. So it does happen. You do want to be careful when you're working in the gardens and make sure that you're not straining yourself, and once you do, you know, make your job a little bit simpler on yourself and don't push yourself. You don't want to injure yourself for life or anything. So I'm taking this rake now, and basically what I'm doing is I'm going in and I'm scooping out the dirt. So as you can see, this is making a basically making a nice ditch or a trowel to where I can put the I'll be able to place the logs into here, and then we'll be able to stack them the way that we need to. I've seen a Hugelkultur where basically they put the really large logs such as those by the fire pit. I'm not sure if we're going to use those or not, since we're using those for our seats. But maybe we'll use those and we'll just get some new seats. But I do have all these other branches, so I can just use a lot of this wood here, and we can just make it bigger. It'll also break down quicker than the larger logs. The logs will take years for these to break down, but once you do have a Hugelkultur garden going, it's fantastic because it's a natural way of allowing the wood and all the good nutrients to just go back to the earth. And it's basically like the way that the forest will break down, and where, you know, trees fall over and then they start to accumulate more debris and natural things like branches and leaves and grass and all kinds of stuff, just like the way a compost works. Just takes a lot longer, but then it makes the soil extremely highly nutrient and really nice to grow in. So what we're gonna do is I'm thinking about adding some compost into the bottom to actually quicken the pace of it, and to allow more compost, more nutrients into the deeper part of the soil. And also Hugelkultur, you're probably wondering, like, why are you putting logs and stuff into here and then piling them up? The end result of a Hugelkultur garden is this hole is actually going to become inverted to where it's going to be shaped like a triangle, or not like a teepee, but more it'll be a triangle, but a long triangle. And that way what we're also doing is we're going to double the amount of space. So as you can see, this here, I would measure it out, the hole is about 3 feet wide. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a triangle that's going to be at least 3 feet tall on each side. So that's going to give us 6 feet on each side of the triangle to grow on, basically growing on a mound. It would be like lifting up this here and turning this spot into a garden, a huge mound, where then if you can make it tall enough to where you can have it 4 feet, 5 feet high, you will not even have to be kneeling over on the ground to harvest the food that you're growing up top on top of your Hugelkultur garden, which is a really nice benefit for building up a tall garden row like that. So that's what Hugelkultur is for, and we're going to continue doing this here, and we'll just continue raking this in and moving this dirt over. And right now I'm filming it and raking with one hand, but this will be a lot quicker when I have two hands going. So, but I just wanted to give you a little example of what you need to do here, and it's real simple. As you can see, I'm just doing this with one hand. I'm just digging in, grabbing the soil, and then slowly just moving it over. And we'll just continue going through, and we'll dig out this whole entire trough here. Once again, Dan the Glassman, back to nature.